And it was like dark, so we've got our iPhone torches on. Then my friend opens this cupboard that this woman says to go in there. And there's a grandma like asleep on this, like, it's not a normal bedroom. It's just, and like Holly just like screams and goes, someone's in there. And then the host is still on the phone and is like, there shouldn't be anyone there, which makes it worse. So then we like scream and then we're like running. Our stuff is still already upstairs. And we grab our stuff and like get out of there. And we just like lock the door. And Holly was like, I was like, was she alive? She's like, I think so, but I'm not sure. But she didn't even wake up and we're like screaming. So we just left, went to found this hotel at midnight. And the host was like, oh, apparently our mother-in-law was down there, but we didn't know about it. How do you not know that your mother-in-law is in a cupboard? Cupboard. You know, like Harry Potter in the cupboard? It was like that. Oh my gosh. And there's a grandma sleeping.
Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 4 of the Bonk Babes. We want to start by saying a huge thank you for all the love on all of our episodes thus far. This week we have Kim and Cedrine from EF Education Oatly. We're diving into all things World Tour Peloton, from the Tour de France Femmes to UCI's new rule about trackers in the women's peloton. And there's some really important conversations about eating disorders, missing periods, energy deficiency, and more. Kim and Cedrine are not only incredible riders, but also passionate advocates for opening up these conversations in the sport, and we're really excited for you to hear their perspectives. So make sure to go and follow them on Instagram. They'll be tagged on our most recent post at Bonk Babes Podcast on Instagram. So make sure to give them a follow. But let's get into it for episode 4 of the Bonk Babes. Hey.
Hey. We are back. What episode are we on now? 4? 3?
Yeah. 4, I think.
4.
Time's just going by so fast.
And we are joined with 2 special guests, 2 queens from the EF team Oatly, Kim and Cedrine. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Where are you both?
I'm in Andorra, in
That's very
the garden.
scenic. Yeah, nice.
Nice. I'm in Girona and it is like 40 degrees.
It's a joke, is it? I thought you were in Iceland.
I was.
Oh, you're not anymore.
No. I've done a lot. I've done Andorra, Iceland, Girona, Amsterdam in a very short,
Wow.
4-day trip.
Wow. It's so hot
Dang.
here. It's a joke, isn't it?
I'm dying. I went from 8 degrees in Iceland to 40. This fair skin is not built for these kind of conditions.
It's why you look like a tomato a bit.
I'm sliding off the seat.
And can you tell that Cedrine's French and just says it how it is?
You get used to it after a while when you ride with her. You follow me down the hill, okay?
Oh my God, I have to say, following you down the hill is the scariest thing I've ever done. How is it as a teammate? Do you all feel like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we went to an altitude camp in Sierra Nevada, and every single day it was like, Cedrine's like, do we go for the comm again? And I was like, please no. And I think we never fully committed to it, because Cedrine, for someone who goes uphill so well, like when we train, she loves to chill when she goes uphill. So she goes, I've never had to ride so hard downhill, full gas, fully turning, my absolute maximum watts. And I'm like, I thought the downhill was supposed to be the nice part. And
So the goal is just to polarize the watts. So if you push 200 in the climb, you need to push 200 in the downhill. This is a rule, huh?
I love it.
And then every single day you're like, oh, I'm going to have to strap myself in again. And I knew that I was going to be okay, no matter if I had VO2 max, threshold, anything, if I got to the bottom of the climb, because that was the hardest part of the day.
That is so
It
funny.
was the start, going down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
She says that, but last time I went down with her,
Yeah.
I thought I dropped her and I didn't manage to drop her. And I tried really hard, so...
I'm a good teacher.
Is that your goal every training session? It's like, who can I drop?
No, it's not about dropping. No, but with Kim, we have a special training session downhill program. So it's why.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time, the goal is just of fun.
Cedrine just enjoys like marginally living on death's edge every day.
Can't relate. I'm like a grandma when I descend.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
She
me
kind
too.
of is.
Yeah. Esma knows.
So Esma does. Do you do mainly crits? You do some road racing as well.
Yeah.
but crit racing is like pretty sketchy as well. So I bet you descend like a nutter.
Yeah, I definitely climb for the descents.
Yeah. See, descending is awesome. Yeah. So what are you girls like? What are you doing now? Have you got a bit of a rest? Cedrine, you just finished the tour. Well done, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a bit sketchy in the end, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's life.
Do you want to talk us through that corner? What actually happened?
I think a lot of things and not so much things happened finally. I was in the wheel of a teammate, and first I think we were a bit too fast. So the goal was to enter in the climb in the first position. This is what we did. But we did it just for like 10 centimeters and then we crashed on the white line. I think the mix of, painting, speed didn't work well.
Yeah.
And then, just chasing all day long and never made it back.
Yeah. But I mean, you still had amazing performance. Like, you what, second on stage, 8th overall, like, mental. But
Yeah, we just always want more, so.
yeah, of course. Yeah. And Kim, where were you when the tour was happening?
I think I was actually in Andorra at home. I think my year's been a bit different to Cedrine. It's like, I feel like I could call myself Miss February at the moment. Like, I think I peaked in February. And now, it's just been a like consistent battle of injuries and things. So at the moment I haven't ridden my bike in 3 weeks. I'm desperate because I'm a bit injured. So I've like slipped a couple of discs in my back. So I'm a bit like, I'm banished to the pool.
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, no, exactly.
Cycling is just like, like swimming is always like the rehab for every sport, isn't it? Like, even as a runner, they were like, whenever something went wrong, then you're like, at first you're like, oh, at least I can do something. And then you're like, this is not fun.
Yeah, I was always so bad at swimming because you can't talk while you swim.
Grace is on
You have to wait. You have to wait till you're at the wall.
I know. There's like a small like crew, I think, in Girona and Andorra of like a really, really small, minute group of like one lane of athletes who are like slightly depressed, slightly banished to the pool, kind of like, but in a good way. Like it's a nice, it's not a bad community.
Yeah. Are you in that 50-meter pool? You're going in that?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
I was a swimmer for 8 years, so I'm not as like, they don't really like me in their lane very much.
That's fair.
Do you have like an incredibly low heart rate?
What, from swimming or like?
Yeah, from swimming.
Yeah. I have a really, really low heart rate.
So do I. And I used to be a swimmer, so maybe it's that.
Yeah, I think it's a swimming thing.
Yeah.
Oh. What's your resting?
When I, like the lowest it's been, which like, it's like 34.
Same.
Dead inside. Yeah.
That's
like dead inside.
Yeah, I'm like
my resting's 90.
Yeah. So last week we were talking this on the pod, and Grace's heart rate, she was following Esma into a sprint, was it? And her heart rate went up to 220. Cedrine, does yours go to 220?
213.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
That's
impressive.
High. Wow. So
I didn't reach it in 2 years, I guess, but
yeah.
If I'm hitting like 189, I'm close to ambulance.
Me and you, we're on the same wavelength.
It takes me like a good, also like 10 minutes to get going. Like I really need that first 10 minutes to just sort of, warm up.
That's why I went to gravel racing.
Yeah.
Like, halfway through Unbound, I'm like, all right, I'm warmed up now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's crazy, Danny.
Yeah, that is crazy. Oh. But yeah, like, I mean, So what were you racing in February? When was it like
Nationals.
national?
I think at Nationals in
was
New
it-
Zealand.
You're both national champ, actually, aren't you? In the time trial,
Yeah, in the road.
and you're in the road. That's insane. And then that's when your back went.
No. Then I came over here and I got the flu. And then I did this nice training camp at altitude. And then I got salmonella. and then that
Oh my
went.
gosh.
Explains the story.
You have to tell the story.
So I went to a supermarket in Belgium and like Belgium doesn't like me. We don't get along. And so I went to the supermarket and I bought some eggs and like it was like a 2 carton of eggs. I've never seen just 2 eggs by themselves. And it was with where all the other eggs are. So I bought them and they were like wrapped up and then I took them back and they were already cooked. And I was like, that's nice. Like, it's nice of them to cook the eggs for you. But then without thinking about it, I ate them without they weren't refrigerated or anything. So I ate these eggs and I got really sick from these eggs. But then we thought it was like a gastro bug, but we left it because I was in Belgium. I was supposed to be racing the Ardennes.
Yeah.
Then we left it too long and then it went into my blood. So then I was really
Oh no.
cooked.
Oh, wow.
So then that happened. So then I had 2 weeks off the bike then.
Yeah.
And then my first race back, I broke my elbow.
Oof. What race was that?
Burgos.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to the Giro off 4 weeks of training and then I slipped 2 discs in my back.
'Cause I was going to say, I thought you did the Giro. You had a good time there, though. Wasn't it nice?
Yeah.
Must be nice to be back racing and stuff.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it was. It was just when you're suffering because you haven't really quite ever managed to get a solid 4 weeks of training in. Yeah, that's sort of been this year of it. But
Yeah.
it's okay. I think everybody has
Oh, for sure.
a year
couple
that is
of
just
those
a
seasons.
nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
had 2.5 months off the bike this year as well. So
Yeah.
obviously I was in Andorra with these two. The start. When was that? Was that February? We were sprinting. March. We were sprinting against. We were all trying to do sprints.
Out sprinted by you both. Yes.
I'm pretty sure you got one.
From the back. Does that count?
And then I did a couple of races. Then I ended up with a virus, and I had to stop racing as well. So it's just the pros and cons that comes with this sport, right? It's the biggest emotional roller coaster ever. It's like a weekly breakup.
Yes, it is. It's like having a really bad relationship, which is sometimes amazing, and you just keep going back for more because you just can't help it.
Yeah, yeah. So when will you be back together racing? Do you think, or you don't really have a plan?
What do you race now, Cedrine?
Chloe and probably the world's Europeans, but you don't do Europeans.
Oh yeah.
And maybe mountain bike race after.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Why?
want to do? Why? Why? Why we do cycling?
What mountain bike race are you gonna do?
Huh?
So what mountain bike race are you gonna do?
Rock d'Azur
Is that where's that then?
in France, in Fréjus.
That's so funny. You're just gonna. You used to do mountain biking though, right?
Yeah, I started with mountain bike.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of explains the descending a little bit.
Not sure about that. Last time I did a competition in mountain bike, I just crashed in the rocks.
Oh.
Then I decided I stopped. So
How did the team feel about this?
as I don't know yet.
Haven't asked.
No, it's not a long one, and I would go easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Kim, you want to come?
Yeah. Sure.
Nina is coming.
Nina Burton.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
We'll do it.
I'll come and be your soigneur.
Yeah. Well, they're never going to let me do that. Not after this season.
Oh, that's mad.
But yeah.
So what do you wanna I mean, I've seen on Instagram you girls have got this new page called feed, but it stands for fuel. You guys introduce it.
Alors, feed, alors,
She's so French.
Kim,
Yeah.
what is abbreviation?
Fuel, energy, no.
No, fueling for exercise and fueling for endurance, energy, and durability.
There she goes. She smashed it. And you two are like the face of it. Do you want to talk to us?
Yeah, us two. And then, I mean, Cedrine, you should introduce it because a lot of, like, you've got your brother and...
Yeah, I think it started really that we got so much conversation about the topic about like health, nutrition, sport, being a woman, and all the people around us. And we were really speaking a lot, like with Kim, with Henrietta, with Nina as well. So we thought like, oh, maybe we should make something for people can, get sort of a help and a understanding and breaking also the ideas and old-fashioned, old standard ideas that we got when we were young, because everyone did mistake at some point, and we want to evitate people doing this mistake as well.
Yeah. And when did it like come up as an idea this year? Was it like more, because obviously it's such a hot topic in the peloton at the moment, like especially at the Tour de Femme this year. Like, I mean, obviously Pauline did an amazing ride, and the biggest thing that was focused on was her weight and whether that was right, and then Demi and things like that. And obviously it's so sad to see that someone can do such an amazing performance and that becomes the hot topic. So obviously you girls are right amongst it in the World Tour, and you must see it and hear about it a lot.
Yeah, and I think we were speaking about it a long time before the tour and a long time before everything sort of exploded.
I think it was altitude in Sierra Nevada when me and you were just riding together, and we were like, oh, we should start a page or something. And you started coming up with the idea, and then you started like piecing it together like with a group, and then you got some health professionals involved, and then a couple of your other friends who are riders and health professionals. And that's sort of how it started.
Yeah. And now the proportion it takes is that we are discussing also with our syndicate in France, for example, about proposing to the UCI some sort of, not rules, but regulation in the optic to make the riders, men like women, safe, and that they don't risk their health and their life just for their career, you know?
Yeah. Because I think that's like the biggest thing people, I mean, I've definitely been through a phase where I was, under fueling, and you get away with it for so long. And I think you see that with a lot of athletes. They get away with it for a year or two, and then all of a sudden their bone density is bad. And I think it's like more preventing like long-term effects. And yeah. And I suppose, have either of you personally experienced that? Or is it more you're just hearing and seeing it and you want people to be more aware about it before like it gets too far?
Yeah, I think like myself, I've experienced it. Like I've gone through it. I've had low bone density, my menstrual cycle and all of it. And I think it's, like as you say, you go good for a short period of time, and you see it a lot in road cycling where you have this prodigy comes along, and they are the best climber, the next climber. They're like, the best the peloton's ever seen, and they go really good, and there's some really good results, and they're really promising, and they get signed off being really promising, and then they go somewhere else, and maybe then they have another year, which is okay because they hold on for another year, and then somehow they just, somewhere along the lines, they just disappear for a while, and then maybe they get injured or something, and it gives them enough time for their bodies to slightly recover, and then they come back for another 6 months, and then the same thing happens again, or they never come back again. And I myself have sort of also been through that a bit, and I think like it's something that we kind of hope to stop seeing happen. And one of the most like interesting sports, which I've looked into a little bit as well, is like sport climbing, where the women are actually made to provide their federation and the whole organization with a bone density scan, and they also have to give their blood results with hormone levels, because we actually have to give blood results to the UCI, but that's not like a requirement to have a certain like level of natural hormones. And I think that's something that would be really interesting and also really good to look at implementing into the women's cycling to stop that happening so much.
And yeah, I mean, there is men's cycling, but if we think about the women's cycling, but if we think about the men's, it's not completely the same, but there is similar kind of problem, like with low testosterone levels as well, like an impact on, every kind of hormones and the bones as well. Yeah. So I think we spoke about it a lot in the women's sphere, but I think the
That's
men's
so true.
sphere should react as well.
Yeah, you don't really hear the men speaking about it. And we had Cecile, who is a gravel athlete, on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and she's suffered with Red S and bone density, and she was saying the same thing. Like, it's just as much in men, but no one's talking about it.
I actually just saw a YouTube video, I think a week or two ago, of like a US triathlete, Lionel Sanders, that has Red S now.
Really?
Yeah, because he was underfueling, but he was like, I was just eating when I was hungry, and it wasn't enough for how much I was working out.
Yeah. That's crazy. And
I think you definitely see it a lot in the men. I guess I think sometimes it's just not as easy, like, and it's not as regulated because there isn't as such like definitive like signals and red flags that pop up as much.
Yeah. But are your like team doctors on the teams, are they pretty good at monitoring you, or like, because you guys have clearly taken on this project like yourselves a bit, and is that because you're not seeing it enough, like within?
I think in our team we are really lucky to have a lot of people who are really, how can I say that? They really realize what is happening. There's a nutritionist called Anna Carcella. She just made an article about that. It's really, really interesting to read if you have 5 minutes. And it's now 2 girls in the team who got back their period this year.
Wow.
And Kim is one of them.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a massive thing to do, and for the athletes and for the team as well. I think the team really want to protect us in EF, but I think in general in the cycling world it's missing a bit of people who really know the impact on the long term about all these kind of things, because a team is, it's like a society. They want the best rendement for a year or 2 or 3, but they don't especially look at after, and that depends of who is managing the team, what are their way to see all this kind of stuff. But I think we need to act as athletes, and we need to speak loud, because it's not the other who are going to do it for us.
Kim, what was the biggest change you made? Like, was it kind of like protein uptake, or was it just like calories? I'm really curious. I know like protein's really, really important, especially for women, and like it's the building block. So I'm curious, I'm sure there were a lot of changes and things that made a difference, but was there one thing in particular that really stood out?
Yeah, there was definitely a few, and I think it's interesting because that is like a little bit of a difference between the men's and the women's cycling is like, you know, as women, we do hold more body fat, and we just have to function normally. And I do, you know, you see a lot of people and they are trying to reduce it. And I understand it's like, I think when you come from, like, I didn't come from a cycling or high performance family background. My family, my parents weren't athletes. So when I got into this, like, I wasn't really aware of any sort of like health things. I didn't know how to eat other than like a normal human. And, you know, in a lot of everyday diets, people are trying to cut out fat, trying to cut out sugars and things. And yeah, okay, like, I'm not saying that I just go around now and eat Mars bars all day, but I think I've learned a lot in terms of having a dietitian who's actually explained to me like what I need on a regular basis and like why, you know, you need fat with every meal or why you need like this amount of carbohydrates. And I think it's just being able to, I think like for me, actually, I've always been eating enough protein. Like I eat a lot. I've grown up on a farm. I eat a lot of yogurt, a lot of milk, a lot of dairy products, a lot of meat. But actually it was more increasing my overall amount of carbohydrates and fats to then sort of have my body be able to function and like normally while doing like a lot of training. And I think also it's something that a lot of us are scared of is that, you know, regularly once or sometimes while I was trying to get my cycle back, having a full day off, like genuinely not doing this coffee ride, this, you know, little thing because you really, really want to do something and you're supposed to have a rest day. I think like that's really made a big difference in being able to actually like have that level. Because also when you have to get a cycle back, having a lot of stress and any form of training is putting stress on your body. So being able to have like one day where you fully try and deload all kind of stress and not also a lot of us are guilty of maybe not eating as much on a rest day, but actually that was kind of a key moment where like you can top up from training in case, you know, because it's all fine and well using these food apps, but they don't count when you've walked to the grocery store or when you've gone wherever else. And I think those are things that it misses, and not being so focused on every single calorie in, calorie out, because your body in the end will most of the time tell you if you need a bit more, and like you probably shouldn't ignore that.
It's like a massive mental game, isn't it, really? Because I think when you are an athlete, you're so good at pushing through that even when you're tired and maybe you haven't had enough carbs, but you just about get away with your session, you're like, oh, well, it's fine. So you don't increase your carbs. And then it becomes a vicious cycle. Then all of a sudden you can't do anything. And then that's when it's like,
no, exactly. And it's like you said, like it goes okay for a little while. Like we all can survive. That's what we're made to do. But I think, you know, the hardest thing is then when you stop and you run out of kind of reserves and your body starts diving into
your muscles,
stealing your bones and things like that, or stops, you know, your hair from growing properly, you know, that's when like, okay, that is a serious red flag, but you can really like stop it before that actually happens. And it's a much bigger hole to dig yourself out of when you're that far along.
Yeah. What's mad is I think I can always fuel in a race, okay, but it's training. I used to be, honestly, my friends used to take the mick. They'd be like, oh, 4-hour ride, what have you got? One gel and like a bit of water. Like, but because I don't know why. Like, it's like I'm probably doing efforts that sometimes would be harder than in a race in one go or something.
Exactly. And I think like actually that was one of the most interesting things I looked at is like like calorie expenditure was actually quite often way, way more than when I was racing. And when I was racing, I was eating like, you know, I was fueling up massively. I was doing, I think also because I was around other people, I was just watching them and being like, oh, that's what they're doing. So I better do that too. And I think, and then you go home and you go back to like what you think is like normal, what you normally do. And that's actually probably a lot less than what you need. And I think also I was guilty of being quite like new into cycling and doing like hard trainings. And I genuinely just felt like, you know, I was getting gains if I felt really like screwed after every training. I needed to feel like I'd done something, you know, and like that's actually not the case now because tomorrow I still need to go out and ride. So if I wake up and I'm absolutely destroyed, it's really not going to help the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy where, you know, you mentioned, Kim, like our bodies are like made to survive, right? Like they can handle a lot and it can turn into this negative feedback loop because if you're actually like under eating or under fueling, I even notice this when I sit at my desk all day and work, you know, I miss lunch and like 2 p.m. rolls around. I'm actually like my mental focus is like sharper because you're going into this like fight or flight mode. It's really interesting, Grace. I don't know if this happens to you at work too, and you're just like fueling like with caffeine and coffee, and then eventually I hit a wall. But it's crazy how like
I had to leave work last week because I was shaking.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to go home and eat food. Sorry.
Totally. Yeah. And it's such a negative feedback loop. Our bodies really are made to survive, and they start pulling from different sources that, like bones, muscle that we don't inherently like recognize right away. So it's so important to have these conversations and like stop it before it starts, and really just change those habits.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's like something for a new cyclist coming in. It's super like, you know, what Pauline did was really, really amazing. And she's done it under a really supervised environment. But it's really hard when you've got someone like me who knows nothing about cycling, nothing about training. You know, I'm putting my trust in a coach maybe from home. I don't know what his like full background is. I don't know. Like a lot of coaches haven't gone, and that doesn't make them not good. But they haven't been to university. Like you don't expect them to have studied a full like dietitian's degree and like done a whole course in biomechanics and everything else. That, you know, you put your sort of full trust in them and a family that also doesn't understand it. And then you come over here, I don't really have the knowledge, and a team is not required to, you know, they help you to the best possible degree. But I think also it's important when you have a lot of youngsters come in and they're just taking everything they can from online. And, you know, you've got like, you know, with Pauline losing the weight and everything, they take that and go, oh, that's what I need to do. And I'm going to win the Tour de France, or, you know, what I eat in a day or whatever this is. It's like, that's all fine and well for you on that day because that's what your dietitian's given you and you're like well managed. But there's a lot of people under it who aren't well managed, and there sort of needs to be some information out there given and some sort of guidelines, we think, so that doesn't happen so often.
And Cedrine, you studied as a nutritionist, didn't you? So have you always like, I suppose, been good with your dieting and like always been aware of what you need to do, like coming in to this elite field, or have you also struggled? Is it hard when you see like in the peloton, does it make you doubt and stuff like what you should and shouldn't be doing?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I studied nutrition before to be sort of in the eye level in cycling. So it's the science approach and body human who always interested me. And I always got listen to these people in the environment, like in sport, saying all these words like restriction, be really careful. You're an athlete. And I always thought oh, is what they are saying is really true? And more I walk into my study, and more I tried stuff on me, sort of. Yeah. And I just realized that personally for me, the key is to be happy in what I eat. Yeah. And to eat enough. And just realize that being happy in my nutrition was making me happy in life and happy in sport and perform. And I think then when I got my own experience about this and I arrived in professional teams and I heard again about this words, restriction, being careful, blah, blah, blah. I just made my opinions that no, I disagreeing with this model. For me, it's like an old-fashioned model, an old standard. For sure, you need to be careful, but I think the thing you need to really be careful about is to have enough. Yeah. And like Kim say, have enough carbs for a woman is one of the most important thing to have. It's what make our hormones go well. So I think we really want to change this standard. And for me, the most important is that athletes are first okay in their mind. And then with a happy mind, you can do a lot of good things.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you're both racing phenomenally and getting amazing results. So I think this is just proof that, if you eat properly, you'll perform amazingly. But can people reach out to you on Instagram? Is that the whole point, that people can reach out to you if they're struggling and get advice?
Yeah. So we got quite a lot of messages during the tour, and we took the time to answer to them last week. Yeah. But our role is not to give directly advices to these people, or we can, but on a certain level. Yeah. We are not working I studied nutrition, but I'm not a nutritionist right now. So I don't have to take this responsibility. But the goal is to redirect people to some sport doctors, to some nutritionists, to some psychologists. In France, for example, we are trying to build a network. Yeah. For people just can get a phone number when they have an issue, and we would like to make that happen for every country now.
That's amazing. That's so cool. And what I don't know about you, but I get sick of having gels during racing because that's all you're having, right? So what is both of your do you make your own morale food when you're training and stuff? Or Kim, do you have a special kiwi snack that you take out?
Actually, we do in New Zealand we make Anzac biscuits, which was
nice.
They were made for when there was the war, because that's what Anzac stands for in New Zealand and Australia. But basically the wives used to make, it's basically oats and golden syrup and a few other ingredients, and they're kind of they're crispy, and sort of doughy in the middle, like cookies, but you can make them also into a slice. So we just in New Zealand call it Anzac slice, and it's basically just oats and a bit of flour and some golden syrup. But I really like it because we used to have it a lot at school. Mum used to make it, put it in your lunchbox. So it sort of reminds me of that. So it's something I really like to take just because it reminds me of home and everything and my parents.
Yeah.
Is it like flapjack?
Yeah, they are like flapjacks.
Yeah, that sounds good. What about you, Cedrine?
Brittany crepe, of course.
I thought you were going to say cheese.
Or chocolate.
I can't say cheese.
I was like, if you said cheese, I'd be worried. This girl loves cheese though, doesn't she?
Yeah, but we can't say it.
Oh.
It's prohibited.
Oh, it's prohibited. She's not allowed
Yeah.
cheese. Okay.
Yeah, sponsor correct.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, right.
What about you, Grace?
Uh,
Do you just take what are they called? Those
I literally just goo gels
do you?
every single time.
Really?
I know, and that's what everyone says.
My first race as a youngster, like my brother entered me in a mountain biking race. Now, I am not a mountain biker. I will not join this race that Cedrine is doing, but I had never seen a gel. I didn't know what it was. And he said to me, you need to take this halfway through the race. I remember going up a hill. I think my heart rate, I was near on ambulance level. And I took this goo gel, and it was chocolate pudding flavor.
Yeah.
And it went straight in, and it was so thick. Like, and I had never tried a gel before. I didn't know what this thing was. I literally went straight in, and I just gagged, and I just went straight back out. And I was everywhere. So I came in, and Dad's like, well, I have to. And I'm covered in chocolate pudding.
Ew.
Like, why would you ever use these things? What are these gels? They're horrendous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the SIS gels that are really watery. I can't like when you take a shot and you open up the hatch. I can't do that. So I have to have like a little bit.
To get in. It's not like a one-time go with the SIS.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of mouthfuls.
But like the couple of mouthfuls, I gagged up a SIS gel before.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I don't like any of it. I'll eat gummy worms and gummy bears, but then those have red 40 in them because we're in America. So when I go to the gas station to get ride snacks, it's just like shit.
In America, your snacks though are just everything's to the extreme.
Yeah, it's highly and the plant-based cookies there are high protein, but then 1,000 calories. Yeah. So,
do you have you done rice cakes ever, G?
No, I need to though. I was thinking about making some.
Because you can make them however, you can make them savory or sweet. I love making rice cakes with maple syrup and bacon and making them savory.
Do you know what? I actually thought about doing it the other day, but I think in Girona right now, there'd just be a mess in your pocket.
A slushy.
Yeah,
a slushy.
So I made some banana bread the other day, and it sounded great. And even Brad took some out on the ride with him. And by the time we got to the top of his climb, our pockets were saturated. And he took a bite of this banana bread and just spat it straight back out. I was like, "Oh, my cooking's good then." Yeah, but
sweet flavored.
I do normally banana bread or something like that. Just some morale,
Yeah. I feel like I drink most of my carbs and calories in my bottles. And it's
in
really
the heat,
nice
that's
to have.
easier. And
Yeah.
I've taken a whole pancake once. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend who used to really love potatoes. Love potatoes.
Yeah, a dietitian said that.
A bag of boiled potatoes with salt with them.
Yeah, little finger-length potatoes apparently are really good.
Yeah.
Wow. So if we see one of you guys just walking out a potato.
I'll bring potatoes.
I have a field of potatoes here if you want.
There we go.
We can do pictures there.
I have seen people do the instant mashed potatoes before.
Ooh.
So that makes sense. But the small ones with salt, I would totally eat that.
You wait, someone's going to whip out a mashed potato gel after this.
Ew.
Oh, nah, that's not for me.
You get a mashed potato. You could have a mashed potato cake, like a rice cake. And just put, flour in it.
That's good.
A smashed potato.
Yeah. Well, in Spain, they quite often you go into the shops and they have a sweet potato wrapped in foil.
They do. In the Spa.
I wonder if you could
they have them there, don't they?
Got my sweet potato.
I feel like that's quite a Scandinavian thing, boiled potato. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot. Well, they like their potatoes in Iceland. We were just there.
Yeah. How weird is Iceland?
Oh my gosh, I found my people. They all look
love
like
Iceland.
Me.
Yeah.
Where did they finally come from? But they're all 6 feet tall and blonde.
Did you see the sun at all?
Actually,
it came out.
We did see. It was a couple of days where it was actually sunny and then a couple of days of
But it doesn't go dark.
Oh, I know.
When
It was
I went-
on for a long time.
I remember when I was there, I went for a wee at midnight and I was like, it's still light outside.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
weird.
when you like look up and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning and it's still light. And you're like, have I been to sleep yet or not?
Did you just do that as a holiday? Like no bikes?
Yeah,
Nice.
it was my husband's birthday, so I took him
so
for a
nice.
surprise. He didn't know he was going till the morning of.
So cool.
And he brought shorts.
Good. Perfect.
Bit cold.
Shorts and a singlet. A nice pair of jandals. He's like, oh, when you said we were going somewhere, I thought we were going to Greece. And I was like, not quite.
That's funny. Danni, I really want to hear about your race and Airbnb
God.
story.
Yeah. So actually, I was just racing in Sweden, and me and my friend booked silly late flights. You have to like fly into Copenhagen and then you cross the most expensive bridge in the world. It cost us £118 to cross the bridge into Sweden. Crazy.
Whoa.
And we arrive at midnight.
What's it made of?
It's not even that impressive.
Diamond.
Yeah. We arrived at midnight at our Airbnb and we arrive and there's already a car on the drive. And I was like, oh, it's maybe one of those things where like they rent part the Airbnb to you. So we were like, whatever. And in Sweden, they've got a thing about all the requests is like you have to say, oh, we want sheets, we want towels. So I had said to the woman, like, yeah, we'll pay extra for freaking sheets and towels. So then we get to our Airbnb, we go up these stairs. First of all, there's like an earwig on the bed, like, and my friend just starts.
Wait,
like,
what's that? What's that? That's British terms.
like
Explain for the
Like a
US.
centipede kind of
centipede thing.
Yeah.
And my friend just starts whacking this thing. I was like, okay, this is a good start. There's no sheets and towels. So then, and it's midnight. So we call the Airbnb host and she says, oh, sorry, you need to go down to the basement. And when I say basement, it's like European basement, not nice USA basement. And she's like, oh, and then in this cupboard, you'll find some. So we go down and there's a washing machine on. And we're like, oh, that's a bit weird. Okay. And then just carried on down. And then all these cupboards have like padlocks on them, like loads of small little cupboards. And it was like dark. So we've got our iPhone torches on. Then my friend opens this cupboard that this woman says to go in there. And there's a grandma like asleep on this, like, it's not a normal bedroom. It's just, and like Holly just like screams and goes, someone's in there. And then the host is still on the phone and is like, there shouldn't be anyone there, which makes it worse. So then we like scream and then we're like running. Our stuff is still already upstairs. And we grab our stuff and like get out of there and we just like lock the door. And Holly was like, I was like, was she alive? I think so, but I'm not sure. But she didn't even wake up and we're like screaming. So we just left. I went to found this hotel at midnight and the host was like, oh, apparently our mother-in-law was down there, but we didn't know about it. How do you not know that your mother-in-law is in a cupboard? It was a cupboard, you know, like Harry Potter in the cupboard. It was like that.
Oh my gosh!
And there's a grandma sleeping. No. So that was my accommodation.
Maybe she was mummified, no?
Yeah. Well, Holly said she didn't look great, to be honest.
I was at an Airbnb for Tulsa Tough earlier this year. And my friend and I got there and we were there. We were the first ones there. And I didn't know anyone else was supposed to show up that day or that night. We were expected to be the only ones there till the next day. So it was like 10 or 11 p.m. rolled around. It was late. We like were in bed. We had our door closed and we heard footsteps and like slow foot. Like we heard, I don't even know if I think we did hear the front door open, close, and we were like, what was that? And then we heard really slow footsteps. It was a wooden floor, so you could hear like the creak, and it was like right outside our bedroom door.
Oh, no.
And we were like, oh my God, like somebody has broken into the Airbnb. We literally had like 911 on speed dial, like on my phone. I'm looking at her. I'm like, should we do it? Like, I was like, open the door. Neither of us opened the door. We ended up, I looked at our window. I'm like, should we go out the window? And we literally went out the window. We like jumped out this window into the bushes, walked around, like looked into the windows, and it's literally one of my teammates. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Like, we didn't know anyone was supposed to come, but the fact that both of us, like, neither of us would open the door. We both decided to jump out the window. Like, it was
It's
ridiculous.
horrible, isn't it? When you're
It
in
was
situations
insane.
like that, it's crazy. Yeah.
I'm like, just why didn't we just open the door?
Has the team put you in any like quirky accommodation that you've been like, or is it all been pretty good?
Well, we normally get put in, like, the hotels that we end up in races are assigned by the UCI,
So they're pretty good.
but I've ended up in some weird places. Like, a lot of the weird ones tend to be in Italy, I must say.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is, but some of the Italian hotels I've been in, I was
Yeah.
like, a couple of cute ones. Like in the Giro last year, we ended up in one, and there was like, it was like a couple's like hotel that had been in their family, and they must have been like in their 80s, and I don't know how they like made anything like work or get done, but they were just so nice. And I remember that night was the night that Clara Edmond won the stage of the Giro, and like, I must say, it was one of the most run down like places. Like, they were like camp beds, and like the mattresses were honestly like this thin, and that was the Giro that was like the hottest. It was 40 to 4, like, I think the Garmins were reading like 45, and like, I got heat stroke twice, passed out on one of the days.
Stop.
Like, I had, and also my body doesn't function because it doesn't like the heat. So like, I'm just genetically not made for it. I'm just not supposed to be here. If I hadn't evolved, I wouldn't in these climates. Yeah. And so my body, like, the way that it cools itself down is that it just bleeds from its face. So like, I'm like, too hot, blood nose. So like, I'll be riding along and I'll just start bleeding from my nose, and I'm like, right, here we go again. And then, like, the only way to stop a blood nose is to like bring your heart rate down, like try and get something cold on it. So it's like, 44 degrees and we're riding full gas, and I'm like, so what do I do now? Like, and it's just kind of coming out everywhere. But yeah, this hotel, like, it was like no aircon, like floor 5. We're all like absolutely roasting, and like the old couple kind of walking around, but they didn't speak a word of English. And so, yeah, like, the team is super good. So they rolled out the like Wahoo Kicker fans and brought them up to the room so we could at least try and like cool it down a little bit.
Jeez.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
Have you had funny ones, Cedrine?
Funny, but quite positive. Like, at the tour this year, we were in 2 castles for 2 consecutive nights. And
Nice.
I was with Henrietta in the room, and it was like 150 meters square, one room.
Wow.
And yeah, we like each other so much that we thought, should we stay in the same part of the room? No, like, yeah, come on. It's the only night we have the opportunity to have our own big beds.
Yeah.
Why not?
Were the the transfers all right for you this year? Or were they pretty long?
And it was fine because in the bus you can put like recovery boots. You have some food. We do debriefing, so it goes really, really fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not so bad.
Yeah, I think the men's were super long in the
that was crazy. Wasn't it?
Like, they were doing some crazy ones.
Yeah, because like someone was like, "Oh, Tade, you're growing a beard." He was like, "No, I just haven't had time to shave."
Yeah.
With these transfers or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think the coolest like transfer I ever did was when the last time they ever raced the Tour of Scandinavia in Norway, and they fly you from Norway to Denmark just mid-race.
Whoa.
Like 2 stages, and then you get on a plane with all the other cyclists and they just fly you across. That was cool.
That's wild. That is cool.
Well, you guys explain I saw a post this weekend that
the GPS tracking.
yeah, the
yeah.
new UCI rule. And I was trying to read the comments, but I'm not big into the UCI and like following all the rules that they make and all that stuff. But what was that about? Because I saw EF's post on it.
So I asked someone this morning who explained me the story, but I don't get it completely. Apparently the UCI, so since the crash last year at World Championship, where a girl died, and it was really like tragic moment, the UCI wanted to put safety stuff in place. And one of them was to put a GPS tracker on the bike of the athletes. But the thing, from what I understood, is that it was one GPS tracker for one whole team, and that the UCI asked the team to choose themselves which rider was going to carry it. And in case the GPS was dying, that the team had to replace it. And so like, it's why 5 or 6 teams disagree with that, because they thought like, yeah, it's a bit unfair to have to choose one rider to get the GPS. Like everyone should have one or no one. But, and yeah, the fact that they had to replace it, they found that really weird. So it's why all this team have been kicked out from Romandie.
Yeah, and I think it was a bit strange because like they want to implement them on every single rider at World Championships in Rwanda. But it was just odd because they want to, I understand they need to test them. But like, I think testing them at the highest level of racing in the women's peloton is a bit of like, there's a time and a place, like I always say, and like that's not it.
No.
If it's not ready, then don't bring it there. Bring it when you have enough trackers for all the riders. Everybody's carrying one.
Yeah.
And like that's it, rather than having a bunch of like guinea pigs kind of.
Yeah.
And they're not, it just makes it also seem like they're not finished, not ready yet.
Totally. And they're kind of making it your responsibility.
Yeah, and they put the responsibility on the team itself, and the team, like we do want this, and we do want like more safety in the peloton, and what happened was really horrendous, but I think it's just doing it when it's ready, when the time's right, when everything's together.
Totally.
It's like selling a phone that's not like finished yet.
Yeah, it also seems almost rushed because like Worlds is in September. So it's like if they're just doing the initial rollout now, that's not even finalized. It's kind of like,
and they only notified the teams, I think it was like one day before the race actually started. So it was like, here, do this, shove it on the bike, and like you've got to pick the person, and like all of this. And it was kind of, the teams were like, whoa, hold on, what is this? You haven't even given us spoken to us about it.
Yeah.
And it was only for the women's peloton, right? Not the men's.
Yeah. And what about, when we see like, I don't know, TNT Sports, and you see in the peloton footage, how does it work with the GoPros? Do they like allocate it to a team, or how does that work? Or is that just off from the motorbikes?
I have no clues with that. Sorry.
No, because like sometimes you see it and
they give the like, normally a team will like some media company, it tends to benefit the team itself as well. Right. So like as a rider, sometimes someone from the team will be like, oh, is it okay today? Like you're going to take the GoPro. Usually someone who's not maybe
GC contention or something,
wanting to win the stage.
Yeah.
But, they will mount the GoPro to your bike, and so you've got normally the GoPro on the seat post, facing backwards. So then like you've got your whole team behind you, and they capture on the GoPro or whatever camera. But it's super odd. You're kind of like, oh no. But the only you just don't want to be the person second in line, because you know that like it's like, oh Kim, you've got to follow Cedrine all day, and then of course Cedrine ends up with the GoPro, and then you're like, great, it's just my face, like all my pain faces, like foaming at the mouth, me swearing at Cedrine,
nose bleeding.
mean?
Yeah.
Go too fast. Gonna
She's just shouting, I want to be in Iceland with my people.
Yeah.
That's
Normally like that.
Did you get have you had some proper downtime, Cedrine, after the tour?
Yeah, today. Not downhill.
See what I mean? It's always about the downhill.
No. Yeah, got 5-6 days off.
Nice.
But off is like adventure time more
Yeah.
than chilling in the sofa.
Wait, didn't you actually go to a proper downhill?
Yeah,
But
it did.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 days after the tour, we did all day with my best friend going down in Châtel, but that's super sketchy. So if you want to start downhill, don't go here. Yeah, we did a little walking, tried to find some blueberries everywhere, going to
Yeah.
some farms.
Andorra's pretty this time of year, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we stay in the Alps after
Yeah.
the tour, but yeah. But it's
Oh,
also
okay,
nice.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I think we have. Do you want to do some questions, Gracie?
Yeah.
I think some people wanted to
Let's
ask
see.
you gals some stuff.
Not all of them are very serious. Should I start with a serious one or a non-serious one?
Not serious than serious.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone said, why is EF so much cooler than all the other teams?
Because we are there.
Hey,
Absolutely.
it is true. Like EF do stand out. You do look like the funnest team.
Yeah, you guys have stees. That's what we
Yeah,
say in the US.
steez.
I think I'm not super steezy, but like
What
having
steez means?
like
Like
cool kind of-
swag, cool, yeah.
you know, like Alison. I'm nothing like Alison, but somehow when I get in a video with her, she somehow manages to like bring it on me and pull it off with me in it slightly.
Yeah, my roommate's a runner and she's getting into cycling more because we go on bike rides now. And I showed her photos of Allison yesterday with her Brooks on and like all the charms. And my roommate was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think in the team, like everyone is unique. And at the November camp last year, like the message we got is like, yeah, that we want everyone to be doing his job well, but to do that, like you need to be a happy human first, and then the rest is coming. And yeah, this respect thing, like they always spoke to us about respect, always trying to understand each other because we are from different countries and everything, and we are all unique and we just respect each other. So it's working really well.
Okay, this one kind of goes along with Steve's, but it says EF has consistently had some of the best jerseys in the peloton. What non-EF team kits do you think are the best designed?
Canyon's always pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They always come out with something nice. Also, like I like what Jayco did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was different. It was offensive to a lot of people, and I kind of like that. Not having black bibs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
cause disruption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Green, what do you think?
I don't think anything. I think our jersey is just the best. So
We're just
Yeah.
the best.
I wouldn't
Perfect.
train it
Great
for
answer.
anything.
Yeah,
No,
that's fair.
I like blue actually. Movistar.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Mm.
Quite like it.
See, I'm
Yeah,
a big
simple.
pink person.
Mm.
Pink and purple while biking. Very girly.
That's why our
Yeah, I was
logo.
super happy as well. Like, it's really good if you win your nationals in EF because it's like you get this like really sick jersey presented to you at the start of the year, and you're like, oh yeah, like I get to have this and ride in this all year. And then like if you win nationals, then they come out with something else, and you're like, oh, I get two really cool jerseys.
Yeah.
And then like with the TT as well. And the cool thing is, it's like they change the pattern every year. So if you win it again the next year, you get another cool, different jersey.
So good. Do you guys know who you're going to be with next year though? Because it came out right that Rafa no more.
It came out.
Oh,
The news was broke.
the news was broke.
I don't know anything.
No, nothing.
Cedrine's like,
but you
I
can't
plead the
say who you're
fifth.
with. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe when we stop recording.
I'm excited to see.
Okay, obviously they couldn't tell us that, but I thought
Is
I'd
Rafa
try.
like closing? I'm confused.
No.
I think they're just divesting.
My boss made a shirt that says Rafa free since 2004. And so I got one for Trey since he wears Pas Normal. And he loves wearing it.
That's funny.
That's funny. That's very good.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to
Yeah, we'll just
be
have
on the
to wait.
lookout.
Be on the
Yeah.
edge of our seats for the next Steezy jersey. Someone else said, what's the best and worst parts of doing world tour races?
Well, that's a good one.
Person.
Part.
Okay, so Drews is going to be like, I hate this person.
I was confused.
I don't know. Like, what's the best bit of being
Kim's like, no.
a world tour race, and what's the worst bit? I need it quickly, otherwise she'll say it.
The worst person is Kim. But his last was the best, so it's fine.
I am the best and the worst part of the world tour peloton.
I would say the worst is the danger,
Yeah.
but it's not only Walter, it's in general, I would say. Yeah.
Do you feel like year on year, is that because like speeds it's getting faster, the courses or what is that? Or do you think people are just taking more risks to try and win?
I think now there's not only one team able to win.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that his team is potentially able to go win a stage or something like that. So I think it's more, it's a natural thing. A lot of people ask me, is there more irrespect, you think? I don't think so. I think just everyone know he is able to win. So it's make it a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the best thing is that you meet incredible people.
Yeah. And races in
Kim.
pretty cool places. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like definitely the worst bit is the sort of like danger. And I think that's true, is that like a lot of people are like, like there must be like, I think a lot of people who haven't been in it that I know are like, it must be good like when you get to world tour because there's like order and respect. And then you sitting on the front and you find yourself arguing with someone because they are telling you that it's your team that's supposed to chase or whatever. And you're like, no. And I think it's like, it's like everybody, exactly. Like everybody trains hard. And I think as the level comes like closer together, because you've seen a lot of times like in the past where there's a really big amount of maybe not as good riders and then two riders who are really, really good, or one rider that's really, really good. Now there's 5, now there's 10. So everybody is fighting because they have a proper chance of winning. Which is good. I really think it's a good thing, but also, it's hard because you do feel at risk a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, the best bit is...
Do you feel that in the peloton a lot as well? Like, because I suppose as athletes, to an extent, you always put pressure on yourself to an extent, but then also you were seeing more that, I suppose, cycling team sponsors, like, it's not really bikes that are sponsoring the team, they don't have the budget. It's these bigger corporate companies. And I suppose, especially when it's contract years up, do you feel a lot of the pressure like to deliver or? Yeah,
I think it depends on the race. Like, I heard a lot of the girls who came back from the tour and said that was the most stressful environment, the most hectic, like scary, that they'd been in. And I think you see that more because then there's more crashes because people are more anxious, more apprehensive, like visibly stressed, that sometimes they also kind of like they're so hyper that they almost lose concentration.
Yeah. Because wasn't there like a crash out of neutral on the first day of the tour?
Yeah. There's a few crashes right in the neutral, Cedrine.
I don't remember. I was behind, I think.
You were like, avoid.
It's all a blur.
Yeah. We all saw it from the telly. You're just at the front She's already descending the first.
She was
mountain.
already attacking in the neutral.
Not sure about that.
Someone else said go to mid-ride coffee shop order.
What do you want? What, Cedrine, what do you make us get? Because Cedrine is a serious mid-ride coffee stopper. What do you get if you went to like a favorite coffee place mid-ride?
Oh, I like matcha.
Oh, you've got that's your new trend, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a fixed thing. Every week it changes.
I remember when I went for a coffee with you and you're like, oh no, I drink matcha now. I was like, oh, 2025.
Yeah. The funniest thing was when we went to like a bar at the altitude camp and the guy like didn't speak any English or like any French, like very, very Spanish kind of bar to get a coffee. And so Jane's like, do you have matcha? And he looked at me like, no.
Go back in your country.
What do you think this is? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine is just a like cappuccino.
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
just a classic.
But do you have oat milk?
Absolutely.
Always. It's my
Always.
favorite, to be fair.
Did
Is
you
that
like
big in
Oatly and her
Europe?
matcha?
Well, yeah, it's made in Copenhagen, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Because
so I feel like every coffee shop in the U.S. uses the like non-flavored Oatly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
The chocolate Oatly milk is really good.
I
Get a
bet.
chance to drink it.
Yeah. Well, even like the Danish airlines and stuff, you get like a Oatly on the plane, which is
Yeah.
like you don't really, yeah.
Dang,
Cute.
that's fancy. We get like Cheez-Its. And
Well, the little,
pretzels.
you know the like airline tea, you get the little like milk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
cute. Cedrine, do you like strawberry matcha?
Oh, I never tried that.
It's
I've
so
never
good,
tried
but
that.
you have to go somewhere that has that makes their strawberry syrup.
You have to
So
go
it's
to
like-
America where they have all the E numbers and they'll make you a strawberry matcha.
Yeah.
All you can try is what I just experienced before. So oat milk and aloe vera gel.
I'm sorry, but that sounds awful.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
It's nothing.
It's
It's,
just you put on sunscreen.
Yeah.
Like when you get burnt, sorry.
no, it's
Oh,
sweet.
like aloe?
Wait, you know,
Aloe
aloe vera.
vera.
Aloe vera.
Yeah, it's a plant. But that is like a marmalade and it's sweet and it's so nice.
Is that a
Yeah.
new thing you've just tried? You wait, Oatly will start selling aloe vera Oatly
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
And that will be
It's
because
good
of
to
you.
France special.
Yeah,
We'll just tell
Not
everyone
true.
that that's what they need to
yeah.
drink
That's
to
what
get
you had in your
faster.
bottle at the tour. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what on our first episode, Danny said that boobs are arrow.
Yeah.
And so now all these men were in the comments and we're like, now I need to get boobs.
I want one of your stickers.
Yeah, well, we can
Oh,
get
yeah,
you
yeah.
I would love a boobs at Aero sticker.
for sure. We can sort that
Do you
out.
make t-shirt as well?
No, we should.
We were talking about doing it actually last week. We'll make that happen.
Yeah. Just for you.
Yeah. We can be your model ambassador.
Oh,
Of course.
And now a matcha with aloe shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
There's another question that says, this is the last one. It says, how is it to manage with mental health? What do you manage cycling, pro-life, and relationship with friends? That one's
This is a
deep.
big one.
Deep.
Yeah.
That was deep.
That's not really an ender, is it? Come on.
Yeah, I think like we all, well, it depends on the people, but keep some friends from before which are outside cycling. And yeah, for sure, we don't have so much because for many of us, we moved or we left school a bit earlier or stuff like that. But yeah, personally, I have my friends from before cycling and then I made some new friends as well. And yeah, this is two category of people around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like, you know, they always say like there's certain people in your life that you'll stay in contact with forever. And they're the ones you really put the energy into having a relationship with. If that's like you have to look at what's really important to you. Because I think it's also like normal people, you have people you work with, but they're not all your best friends, and you're not going to see them when you go to the next job. So, it's enjoying the time you get with people, because it's also about like, I love just going on rides with new people, like when friends introduce me to their friends, and enjoying those times, but also like, just checking in with like your really tight circle is also really important, because they'll have your back when you leave cycling, when you go to another job, like whatever you do.
Yeah. I think it's like relative to everything. Like there's a period of time in your life where you're in a bubble, aren't you? Like right now it's this cycling bubble and you're living and breathing it every day. But the reality is it's not going to be like that forever. So it's like making sure you do have those people for when you're, I mean, obviously you're going to make close friends, and like you two will probably be friends for life after this, but it's also, I think it's healthy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Cedrine's good for me. She keeps me crazy.
Perfect. That's the goal.
Amazing.
That was all the questions.
That's all. Actually, someone asked me to ask you guys tacos or, what did they say? Tacos or burritos?
Burritos.
What's the difference?
I knew she was going to say that.
No, Cedrine.
Did you do it?
My ears are bleeding.
I know Doritos, but I don't know if it's the same.
Literally.
Like a Mexican taco.
Like the taco, like, how do we even explain?
Like
so
a
the burrito
tortilla
open and
face folded.
Open face versus
And the,
burrito.
So that's your
Like-
burrito is like,
So it's basically the same, you just close it.
No,
No.
one's soft and
Well,
one's
yeah.
crunchy.
yeah.
Well, burritos also typically have like a lot more rice.
Right.
in it
beans.
too. And
you could put a lot.
beans.
You could put a lot in there.
I'll make you a burrito one day, like a breakfast
Sounds good.
burrito.
Come
We'll
to
do
the
you
US.
one
We'll take you to
Mexican night.
Moe's.
Oh my
The
god, let's
three
do
of us.
in
In Andorra.
And
then
we will video you guys in America.
Perfect.
And then Cedrine can give you her verdict.
Yeah, like I'll send you a video of like someone making one at Chipotle, because they put like loads and loads of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then they like fold it up, and then your burrito's like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to master the folding. I think that's
I'm not very good
I
at
think
that.
the trick is that you have to put it in a skillet and like cook the bottom of it so that it like
Sticks.
sticks together.
Stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skillet. I love that. I've never heard, like, we don't
What do
hear
you
that.
call it?
Skillet.
Like just a pan.
A pan. Yes, skillet. An iron skillet.
Reminds me of like a gillet, like, like what used to like cut the-
That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for coming on, girls.
Thanks.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
See you in
I'm so
burrito